Welcome, everybody, to the Weiner Wellness Virtual Summit. We have our next lecture series ready to go. Diet to Strengthen the Immune System and Leaky Gut with Polina Petrusevich, certified nutritionist. She's also the owner and operator of 7.7 Nutrition, a registered dietitian office. So, Polina, we're so excited that you're here. Thank you for coming. And I'm just going to step back and let you take it away.
Good morning. It's such a pleasure to always be a part of everything that Nutritional Frontiers is doing and to be a part of this incredible team. So thank you for having me yet again. And today I wanted to first introduce myself a little bit for the ones that don't know who we are and what we do, and then just really speak on importance of inflammation and importance of healing and sealing your gut and your digestive tract and working towards the leaky gut syndromes and things like that. So for the ones that don't know us, 7.7 Nutrition, we are a registered dietitian office and we specialize in holistic integrative nutrition. We always want to teach our clients that we want to make sure that you're feeling good before you can be performing good and then looking good, because that's what the longevity of life is all about, right? We want to make sure that our clients are waking up energized, sleeping really well, pooping really well, right? There is absolutely no aches and pains going on. So basically, we want every person that walks into our office to start feeling wholesome again. And three things that we do in our offices is we do custom diet designs. We make them very, very individual for each client, for their goals and needs. We do not do any kind of cookie cutter plans. We literally design the plan specific for what they're trying to achieve. It takes around 4 hours, sometimes 4.5 hours to make that specialized custom plan. Step two, we work with the professional grade supplements. As everybody knows, Nutritional Frontiers is a big staple line in our company, and we do consider Nutritional Frontiers as our big partner. Without them, we would really not be able to help our clients the way we want to be helping them. And the supplements that we work with, we have a few lines that we carry. We only rely on practitioner grade supplementation. We don't like to work with anything that has chemicals, binders, additives, fillers, things like that. And the third thing that we do in our office that we're really, really known for is the food inflammation testing. It's the blood work. It's a finger prick that we do right from the client's finger, and then we send it out to out of state, FDA registered and FDA compliant lab in Massachusetts. And then around 10 days later, we get a report on 132 different foods that can possibly and potentially inflame you. And it's not a sensitivity test, and it's not an allergy test. It's also not an Alcap test, a lymphocyte test, which we can go over in a second. So we like to work in steps. Step one, we do the blood work. Step two, we write out a custom plan. And step three, we work on supplementation. In our dietitian offices, we have a team of certified lactation specialists, so we can work on pregnancy nutrition or someone who is trying to get pregnant or is breastfeeding. We work with the younger athletes, 14, 15, 16-year-olds. Our youngest client is 7 years old, a little guy, a little swimmer. And basically, there is nothing that we cannot do. Anything that we do, we basically prescribe food as a medicine. So if somebody comes in with clinical nutrition or anti-aging or fat loss or muscle building or metabolic recovery, you name it. So that's what we basically do. We have 4 locations. We originally started in Tampa Bay, Florida, the city of champions, and we were there for 10 years, and then eventually we transitioned into the state of Michigan. So we do have 1 location in Florida, and we have 3 locations in Michigan. So that makes it 4 total, and hopefully we'll have the 5th one coming up very soon, also in Florida. And we work with all kinds of walks of life. We work with all kinds of clients. We do in-person consultations, and of course we also work remotely. We work through the phone, Zoom, so we do a lot of virtual consultations. Tracy, you can plug in.
No, I think it's amazing, how you've grown this brand and grown this practice, and your staff is unbelievable. So whenever, people come to see you, it is such a comprehensive way to look at the body. And we spoke on functional weight loss together in Tampa, blew the doors out on attendance. We couldn't fit one more person in there, Polina. And I think it was very eye-opening for people to see a different approach, to see like, oh, we're not looking at like weight as the thing. We're looking at all this other stuff as the thing, creating the weight gain, creating the inflammation. So absolutely incredible. So you want to share your screen now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So I want to just really share my screen and emphasize to anyone who is new to nutrition protocols, or anyone who has been battling any digestive issues or any kind of metabolic conditions. Let me see. This is something that I'm doing first time. Share. Let's try this together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick your window.
There we go. I got my window.
Okay,
all right.
We got it. Here we go.
Let's see this. All right. So I will be going back and forth again. I am so sorry. Just one second. So I want to really emphasize on the importance of why you want to hire a professional in the nutrition field, and why you want to make sure that when you are a beginner and you don't know where to start, you come to somebody like a naturopathic doctor or registered dietitian, or somebody of that sort. And before we start, just very quickly, I would like to show you a few slides. This right here. Okay, let me see. Okay, Tracy, you can see what I'm seeing?
Yes, go ahead to presentation mode.
I'm trying to, there you go, present.
There you go. Now we're good.
I'm trying to open it on the big screen, present. Oh, there you go. Okay, perfect. So this right here are some of our success stories. These are very proud moments for us. I always say we live for a great transformation. That's why we do what we do. When we see so many before and afters like this, and when we can touch so many people's lives, that's really our mission. That's our obligation, and that's the reason why our doors are open in our businesses 7 days a week. So before going over how we do it, I would like to explain the difference, because I know there were a lot of people that were emailing me and messaging me on social media asking me what is the difference between inflammation testing and allergy testing and sensitivity testing. Because we have a lot of clients that come in and they say, hey, I actually have done allergy testing with my doctor. Do I still need to do an inflammation test? Or I've done allergy testing with my doctor. Do I still need to do a sensitivity test? And the answer is yes. So when we're talking allergy testing is typically is being checked when we're checking for IgE, immunoglobulin E. That is the testing that's going to identify how fast or how slow, or in general, your immune system breaks down. And typically, when we're talking about allergy testing, we're talking about something that the client or a patient feels immediately, that immediate reaction. Like if I ate shrimp and my lips get swollen, right? That's immediate reaction that affects my immune system. Or if I have a banana and my throat starts itching, that's immediate reaction that affects my immune system. Let's say I had black pepper, I'm starting sneezing. Again, that's immediate reaction. When we're talking sensitivities and when we're talking the inflammation testing, that's something that really breaks down your gut, and that's something that's really truly affecting your digestive system. So for example, like lactose intolerance. Lactose intolerance is not allergy. Lactose intolerance is inflammation, and it's really a sensitivity. So typically when you're lactose intolerant, right, you eat Greek yogurt or cottage cheese, or you drink milk, and then you run to the bathroom, and most of the time the symptom is diarrhea. So that's the big difference, because sometimes people will say, well, I don't eat anything I eat, nothing affects me, right? So that means I have absolutely no intolerances and I have absolutely no inflammation. Well, that's not necessarily true, because inflammation, and that's the testing that we really like to do in our office. I'll show you very quickly. It's a little kit. that we can ship to you or we can do in our office. Inflammation can be a silent killer. Like literally, you might not be feeling anything at all, but as we all know, we have a lining of our stomach. We'll keep on slowly and slowly and slowly breaking down that lining, right? The more we break it down by eating the wrong foods or drinking the wrong drinks, it could be coffee, it could be alcohol, it could be eating healthy foods like egg whites or spinach or pineapple. It will break down the lining of our stomach. The stomach becomes so thin, we start having little tiny holes. And I'm speaking very simple language here. We start basically, all the nutrients are leaking out and all of the toxins are leaking in, right? And that's what creates the leaky gut. So typically inflammations and intolerances is the cause of that. Tracy, any questions so far? Because I know I can talk and I can talk really fast. I want to make sure that I'm talking in a very simple, relatable language to everybody.
No, it's good. You're fine. All is well.
So basically, that's why we do prefer just really checking for inflammation and not only allergies or sensitivities. And again, a lot of people confuse sensitivities testing and inflammation testing. Sensitivity testing checks your IgG, right? Immunoglobulin G. We check for both IgG and components. So this way, it's a double testing to assure that it's exactly for a fact that's inflaming you. Because if we're only checking for IgG, that's your sensitivity, and sensitivities can come and go. Sensitivity typically means is what you had too much of within 48 or 72 hours. Let's say Tracy and I, we go out, we have some wine, we partake in some alcoholic activities. When maybe we drink a little too much. Next day we go, we do the sensitivity testing. It's going to show that we're sensitive to grapes. Right. That does not necessarily mean that you have to stay away from the grapes for the rest of your life. What that means is that you had way too much of that. Okay. Mm-hmm. And that's why those sensitivity testing can be very deceiving and confusing, because clients come in and they start complaining like, oh my God, I got this whole testing done and there is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of things that I have to stay away from. What do I eat? Don't worry about it, because if you redo the same test a few days later, most likely that sensitivity will be gone. But inflammation, again, that's the most important part. That's that silent killer that keeps on breaking us down. That's what we really need to worry about. Okay. Right. And then there is also Alcap testing. Alcap testing is a very old school of testing, and I know a lot of doctors and dietitians in the past had been using that test. That Alcap testing basically checks on lymphocyte swelling. Unfortunately, it is really not the most accurate way, because lymphocytes can be swollen for multiple reasons. If you're fighting an infection, if you're feeling sick, if you're not feeling well, if you're too tired, if you hang over, right? So it's going to give you a false positive. So unfortunately, that test is one of the most confusing tests. So that also doesn't help us to identify what exactly and how exactly we can help that patient. So with that being said, inflammation testing is something that we absolutely love and trust, and inflammation testing is something that we really do utilize as a staple testing in our office, because we like to nip it in the bud. We like to give fast results, very proactive approaches to our clients. So, and we see that if we can get rid of inflammation, then we can really not only heal and seal their gut, but we also can work on things like anxiety and depression, or inability to lose weight is caused by inflammation. Aches and pains, that's a big one, right? How often do we know when people come to our office and they say, oh, I wake up and I feel so stiff? Well, guess what? That's all inflammation, nothing less, nothing more. So, and of course, when we do check for inflammation and we see whether we have malabsorbency and we have a leaky gut possibly, that's when we can really proactively take the next step without doing any guesswork and without wasting the time or finances of our clients. So do the testing, figure out what's going on with your blood work, figure out what's going on internally, and from there on, we basically we go into healing and sealing our gut. And that's where we take the next step for the next approach.
So, Polina, how do they do these tests? Are they blood? Are they saliva? What does that look like?
It's a blood test. It's a little tiny finger prick. We perform it right here in the office, and we send it out to the lab. Like I said, FDA registered, FDA compliant lab in Massachusetts. And then 10 days later, we get results, and the patient comes in back to the office, and we go over it, or we work remotely through Zoom. So we promise we don't hurt you. We're very gentle. So just tiny, tiny little prick.
Well, that's much better than, having to go for extensive blood work. I know people are very resistant to that at times, and even just going to get the blood work. So it's very convenient. They can do it right in your office. And it's such a very small invasive way of getting your sensitivities and your understanding of what your body's inflamed to. So the inflammation markers that you're looking, how do you track them back to the appropriate foods? Or do you just say it's like a general food list?
So no, we get a very precise food list. Like I said, we check 132 foods plus spices plus alcohol. Plus we also look for candida, yeast, fungus, and also any kind of additives, so chemicals that can be found in over-the-counter supplements or any kind of sugar-free foods and items. Like we check for aspartame, we check for polysorbate 80, yellow number 5, yellow number 6, which I'll talk about just in a little bit, and the importance of why we need to stay away from those foods, especially in supplementation. So after we find out what exactly are the red flags and what are the most dangerous foods or items on the list to stay away from, we want to completely, immediately, it's non-negotiable. We don't play around with it. 100% right away, we want to eliminate it, and we want to exclude it from the client's protocols. I know a lot of places and a lot of nutrition offices will kind of go sure and steady. They will say, all right, let's eliminate one type of food and let's keep this food. No, everything that we see that affects you, we immediately want to get rid of, right? What's the point? Let's just go fast. Let's get them to feel really good right away. Let's get them excitement, because most clients run on excitements. If I can make you feel much better within 5 or 6 days, what's the point of us waiting for the same results for 3 or 4 weeks? So, and then from there on, depending on what we see and depending on whether they have leaky gut or if we find Candida overgrowth or something going on there with the fungus, that's when we go to the next approach. And the next approach is where we utilize the actual nutritional protocols along with the supplementation protocols. A lot of clients will ask us, well, would it be okay if we just start with the nutrition and then introduce supplementation later? Unfortunately, the answer is no. Nutritional or dietary protocols for anti-inflammatory markers or for healing or sealing your gut are just as essential as supplementation protocols. Basically, your diet and supplements, as long as it's a proper, great quality supplements, are kind of like two best friends. Right? You can be eating very much on point, but you still need to have supplementation to help you to get rid of specific pathogens or get rid of any kind of possible already build up, right? So it's kind of like, one is not good without another. So, and I spoke about it at the professional training event in February in Tampa, Florida, where some people will say, well, what's the point of taking supplementation if I'm eating really healthy, right? I have my vegetables, I have my complete proteins, my source of fats and carbohydrates is proper. Well, unfortunately, and I always like to joke, with our clients about it, unfortunately, this is not 18th century any longer where we ride horses, right? And there is no gasoline and air pollution and, pesticides and in order for us to just really, truly get everything, all of our vitamins, minerals, antioxidants from our diet, we need to make sure that we're consuming at least 4,000 calories. That's physically impossible.
Wow.
Physically impossible. 4,000 calories. And I'm talking about organic sources, right? We have to eat 100% organic. Again, very, very few of us can do that. We also need to know that if we already have some kind of deficiencies, let's say vitamin or mineral deficiency, or especially vitamin B in particular, again, we're not going to be absorbing all those foods. Like I always say, when people say you are what you eat, no, in reality, you are what you absorb from what you eat, right?
That's such a better statement.
So we have to do 4,000 calories, impossible. We have to eat all organic, impossible. We have to have absolutely no stress in our life. And I'm talking not just physical stress, there is emotional stress, there is environmental stress, right? There is nutritional stress, physical stress. So, and you have to basically live on an Amish farm, right? So just completely decompress from stress, no air pollution, nothing like that. But it's a modern world, it's a 21st century. So with that being said, we do need to rely on the help of a good quality supplements. And again, the key word is good quality supplements. I'm not talking over-the-counter mass production products that you can purchase from, and I'm not going to say the big names, but we will be politically correct, and you know what I'm talking about. Unregulated market. So I'm not talking about unregulated market. I'm talking about the products that do come from GMP, the good manufacturing practices approved facility, someone that really can provide you the certificates of analysis, the whole food ingredients, right? You want to get your multivitamins from greens and roots and herbs. Like, you guys have a fabulous multivitamin, the Frontier multivitamin, and then the Women's Complete, which is your new staple product in your line. I love the fact that you get a spirulina, we have chlorella, we have glutathione, we have beets, broccoli, things like this that most people don't even consume in their everyday life. So you're literally just juicing yourself with all this goodness by consuming something of a higher quality supplementation. And that's a big difference. A lot of my clients come in, and some of my clients are doctors. They come in and they say, well, I'm a doctor and I understand that all these supplements are garbage. And I tell them, you're right. They're absolutely garbage, because you're talking about products like Centrum Silver. You will not pay me enough to consume Centrum Silver. If you offer me $100,000 right now and tell me, Polina, take this for a year, I'll say, nope, keep your money. I'm not taking it. So
you're a better woman than I. I'd probably take it, but I'd take Women's Complete with it and take the money.
I'm going to share my screen again with you guys. Let's have a second attempt here. I spoke about it at the seminar in Florida. Let me see. Can you see my screen, Stacy? Let me see here. I'm trying to find one slide here. There is a slide of a patient who was taking Centrum vitamin. Let me see if I can do it. Can you see my screen?
I can see it. Just go to presentation mode whenever you find that slide, because this is a powerful slide for people to see. So hang tight, because you're going to want to see this.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking for the one with the Nutritional Protocol. So you know what? Let me do this. I have it here on my before and afters. Just bear with me right here. I really want you to see this. This is basically a slide of a patient who was taking Centrum Silver, and it will show you how.
There it is.
That's right there. How this Centrum multivitamin legitimately does not even break down. So check this out, right? This is an X-ray. This right here is the multivitamin. This multivitamin was taken the day before an X-ray. This is a multivitamin. This was taken the day of an X-ray. And check this out right here. This is a multivitamin. It's already in the rectum. It's ready to come out. It was taken 2 days before an X-ray. And guess what happens? When it comes out, it still says Centrum on it. So with that being said, we need to understand that whenever we consume something of a very poor quality, all we're doing is we're really just stripping down what's on the top of that horse pill, as I like to call it. And you basically get dioxides and hydrogenated oils and aspartame and yellow number 6 and yellow number 5, but you're physically not getting any nutrients. There is no nutrients in there because it's a synthetic man-made product. So that's the unfortunate situation. So that's why whenever the clients come to our office and they say, my doctor told me not to take a multivitamin or any kind of supplements in particular, we tell them, yes, your doctor is right. But then the doctors sometimes don't even know. They want to put their patients on a good high absorbency supplementation. They don't know where to get it from and where to find. So it's our duty and our obligation to educate our our consumers and everyone that comes to our doors why it's important um, for them to consume something of a higher quality. So, and I always say that over-the-counter supplements is a huge money-making industry because it's all synthetic. The shelf life is so much longer. It's very inexpensive for them to make the products, but unfortunately, supplementation that we carry in our shelves, there is not a lot of money in this because raw material is so expensive. And we're being really truly honest with our consumers, and we tell them, hey, we'd rather give you something that's much of a higher quality, right, and have something that comes from greens and roots and herbs and true antioxidants rather than capitalize on you financially and have a high markup. And when you educate clients like this, they really truly appreciate it. So another thing that we like to do with our clients in our office is whenever we do a first consultation, typically we offer complimentary 1 hour and 15-minute assessments in our office. Whenever we do the first consultation, we like to ask our clients to bring all of the supplements that they're currently taking to their office. So we ask the clients to bring multivitamins, potentially maybe protein powders that they're taking, probiotics, things like that. And people will say, well, would it be okay if I just take a picture? And it's not the same, because we really, when we shake the product in front of them, and if we really teach them how to read the label, people are so visual, they will remember this and they will appreciate this for the rest of their lives. So you guys see my screen right now, right? Tracy, you can see my screen?
Yes. Yep. We can see you.
So this is a typical thing that we do in our office. When the clients come in, for whatever odd reason, I don't know what it is, but this women's gummy bear multivitamin and this man's Mega Man from GNC, this is something that we see almost daily. It's absolutely fascinating to me how it's this specific two products. So when we have this product in front of us and we show it to the client, we turn around the label and we legitimately just teach them. We take our finger and we literally show them how to read the label. We want them to understand that when you look at the actual label, all of this right here looks really enticing, right? I mean, clients don't know any better until they get educated. There is vitamin A, there is vitamin C. It looks like, okay, I'm getting some B12. Fantastic. What we want them to do, we want them to go right away into other ingredients, okay? Because other ingredients is what really compounds the product together. So let's start with the women's multivitamin, the gummy bear one. So check this out. You guys can see it very, very clearly. First ingredient and other ingredients is glucose syrup. What is that? Simple sugar, right? Second ingredient, we have sugar, right? Again, it's the sugar. We have colorings, we have concentrates, we have natural flavors. So what's happening basically, this gummy bear multivitamin is nothing less but the typical gummy bear candy, and then they spray that candy with a little bit of a synthetic vitamin on top, right? So obviously, again, remember, it's not what we eat, it's what we absorb from what we eat. So please tell me, what can you possibly physically get from this multivitamin, right? It's a sugar gummy bear with a synthetic spray on top. 0.0 nutritional value. So you basically wasted your $11 or $12. I don't even know how much this product costs on the shelves, and you got absolutely no benefits from it, right? Same with this, the over-the-counter Mega Man. You have aspartame. We already know aspartame is clinically proven and validated to cause a lot of different conditions. Cancer runs on aspartame. Alzheimer's, we see tons of studies on that. So again, when you take in that product, you're really just getting all of the additives, right? You're absorbing them through your liver. You got no benefit from what you're consuming. This is a good one right here. The same artery clogging hydrogenated fats and oils, which we call, as we know, trans fats, are the ones that we're told to avoid for our health, are also in inexpensively made vitamins. They use as fillers. If we have somebody with a heart health issue that's coming into our doors, that's a heart attack about to happen. So unfortunately, and because they're not regulated by FDA, and because there is absolutely no guidelines on how the over-the-counter products are manufactured, there is a lot of things that can happen potentially very dangerously. You know, Tracy, you and I can go outside, put some dirt, put some grass, put some sand in the bottle. We can name it Tracy's Beauty Blend. And
That's
until,
right.
and until somebody dies or something dangerous happens, it will never get revoked from the shelves. So that's the situation. But you know,
Well,
that's
this
why.
is such a powerful slide because I always tell people like a little bit of poison, right? One time may not be the thing that hurts you, but that little bit of poison put into your body every day for a year, that could kill you.
Exactly.
So you have to remember that, you know, it does impact health negatively or positively.
Yep, exactly. And that's why, again, it's our duty and it's our obligation of being in a health and wellness industries to teach and guide and to educate the clients why you need this type of quality product rather than this type of quality product. Okay. And then this leads me to the next step and the final step when we identify that something needs to be healed or some kind of inflammatory factor needs to be addressed. What do we do with it? So we work in very simple steps. We have 3 steps that we like to follow. Step number 1 is to stop. Step number 1 is to kill. Step number 3 is to remove. Okay, so stop, kill, remove. So let's say we're possibly talking about Candida overgrowth, right? Yeast-like fungus overgrowth. As we all know, Candida grows on sugar. Candida can grow on antibiotics, medication, stress, cigarettes, alcohol, all of the above. So let's say we potentially have Candida overgrowth. The client comes in and they say, oh my God, it shows on my blood work. What do I do? First, we stop. We stop by eating foods that can cause more overgrowth, right? So we're going to stop eating anything that has sugar, especially refined sugar, anything with processed foods. We do prefer to eliminate also fruit for at least 3 or 4 weeks. Step 2, we like to kill everything that's already there, because just because we stopped eating those foods that's going to cause more Candida overgrowth, it's just basically not going to go up anymore. But guess what? Just because it doesn't go up, it's not really going to go down either. In order for us to get rid of that Candida, that's exactly, we just really need to now kill it. And how do we do it? We do it with the supplementation. Again, we work with a lot of different supplement lines in our office. I'm looking at the shelves right now, but we absolutely love Nutritional Frontiers line for Candida detoxes. You guys make it so easy on our clients. You have brochures that you give to us. That brochure will tell you step by step exactly what foods to avoid and what foods are beneficial to consume through that 30-day detox. So whenever we do the detoxes, we try to make it very customized to a client's budget and to a client's preferences, because some people come in and they're not accustomed to taking supplements at all, and they're afraid of taking supplements. So we go a little conservative with them. If we know that the client already has a good understanding of supplementation and they're not afraid to consume what we're offering them to consume, and they're financially able to afford it, then we go all out with them. But I don't know if we have time. I'd like to just go over kind of our staple products that we absolutely love for Candida detoxification.
Yep, have time.
I have it here in front of me. Our number 1 product that we absolutely love and trust is called Candy Kill. The ones that work with Nutritional Frontiers are the ones that take Nutritional Frontiers supplementation. You guys know a few months ago, this product was on back order. All of our offices, all 4 of our locations were hyperventilating. We needed this product so bad. I was contacting you, Tracy, and Rashid, and the whole Nutritional Frontiers team. You guys were looking around throughout the United States for different practitioners' offices to find out who has Candy Kill on the shelf, because that's how desperately we love this product. If I see that this product is running low on the shelves, like my heart rate goes up. I get emotional, right? So this product is an absolutely truly life-changing lifesaver. The ones who have not tried this product yet, even for preventative reasons, I absolutely recommend this. you have berberine extract in here. We have caprylic acid. We have oregano, thyme. Not only kills the candida, which is exactly what we want to do, but it also strengthens your immune system. With the coronavirus, we have a lot of people just requesting this product just for that. So stop eating the foods that's going to continue growing candida. Kill the candida, right, with a candy kill. From there on, we want to make sure after we kill it, it's still sitting there, right? It's sitting there, it's not going anywhere. From there on, we need to make sure we suck it out. So stop, kill, suck it out, and remove. So how do we get rid of it? How do we really suck it out? This little guy right here is phenomenal. SBC, right? It's a probiotic, but it's a different type of probiotic that a lot of clients are used to purchasing from over the counter. This is the Saccharomyces boulardii. So that's the product that's really going to help us to suck out any kind of possible buildup. It also works really well for our clients if they have a food poisoning. Let's say if you or your child or anybody in your family is throwing up, this is a great, we see a lot of success with this. This is a great product for them. If you have diarrhea, this is a great product for them. So, but basically, kill it with a candy kill, suck it out with SBC, and then you replenish it with a superbiotic. Superbiotic is your super bacteria, right? That's your probacteria, good bacteria. We have 50 billion units in this little bottle of lactose-free probiotic. So that's how we replenish the good flora, right? Kill, get rid, replenish. And then from there on, just depending on how well we feel that the client is comfortable with taking supplementation, we'll have to add GI Complete, and we'll have to add Frontier Multivitamin or Women's Complete Multivitamin. Now, GI Complete, we jump in our office and we call it the juice from God. This is literally everything that you need just to help you heal and seal your gut. Anything from your esophagus to your rectum, this is the product. It comes in two flavors. We have raspberry and we have lemon lime. We, for whatever other reason, have a really good success with lemon lime flavor. We tell our clients to pour it on the rocks and drink it like you're drinking tequila. So I think that helps with the compliance. And this is anything from aloe vera to marshmallow roots to DMT, just a great healing protocol. And then multivitamin, the importance of multivitamin in this whole kit is to make sure that our clients get the whole daily essentials, right? Because multivitamin is, in this particular one, and the reason I really love that you guys created this product is you have your vitamins, you have minerals, you have probiotics, and you have antioxidants. So it's a one-stop shop, right? Multivitamin is what really wakes up our sluggish metabolism, and that's when everything that's running in our ability to the highest potential. So not only we want to get rid of the problem, right? So we get rid of candida. Now let's make sure we make you run and make you feel wholesome again. And this is something that we would like for our clients to continue ongoing long-term, hopefully for the rest of their life. So they do not need to take all of these guys, right? This is just one-time system, 30 days, maybe 60 days, 90 days at the most. But this is something that we really encourage for our clients to consume because then again, they're getting the quaternary acid, they're getting the probiotics. So something that's really going to make their life easier. When people say, well, I eat a lot of spinach and I eat a lot of broccoli, you should be swimming in a bathtub of spinach and broccoli. Just take 4 of these guys right here. So take 4 of the capsules a day, if it's 2 at night or just 4 all together, and that's it. That's all you need for the day.
Good stuff. I love Women's Complete. I love SBC. I love Candy Kill. And Jamie and I just were on the lecture before talking about gut health and how he positioned it with, unstable blood sugar, which is a big issue. Number one, because people eat too much sugar. And then number 2, because they can't stabilize it and get it into the cells where the glucose should be. So what can happen is yeast can just try to save your bloodstream, right? He's not necessarily a bad guy. He's just trying to help you survive. But because of our poor choices, it becomes a little overwhelming and he gets too big and becomes systemic. So that Candy Kill can be a great way to help stabilize blood sugar as well because of the berberine. So it's an incredible product. I also positioned it, for immune boosting. When people had nothing else on hand, I'm like, it's got oregano, it's got thyme, it's antiviral, it's antimicrobial, it's going to help your blood sugar stay balanced. So yeah, it's kind of like a one-stop shop. And I love your approach of, how you get the client to understand, like, you can't do a little bit of bad and get a lot of good results. Like, it just doesn't work. You have to like commit and get ahead of the inflammation. And then later on, you can have some fun, right? I mean, like you and I, if we're together, we have some wine or whatever. It's not every day of our life, though, so.
Absolutely. And I always say this to our clients. Anytime the clients come to our office, we try to make it, yes, of course, educational, but we always try to make it fun. So we always tell our clients, listen here, you're a Ferrari, you're not a hoopty van, right? A Ferrari needs premium fuel, right? So Centrum Silver is not your premium fuel. I'm sorry to say that, but it's not. So you need the premium fuel to run far and run far away. Otherwise, you're running on E, right? We have a lot of clients that come in and they're so busy and they say, oh my God, forget about all of this. I don't have enough time to eat. Well, guess what? You see everything behind me right there? You see, here, let me move it this way. Those shapes right here, these are lifesavers, absolute lifesavers for everyone that's on the go. And I also love the fact that you guys just recently came up with the Remove Complete kits. Oh my God, those are literally, we're giving them as gifts with purchase. Those are flying out of our shelves. I'll make sure that my assistant gives me one of those shakes a day between the clients. We go. Kind of like wounded healers. We're healing everyone, and then ones that don't have enough time to eat. So that alone is a personal lifesaver for myself. So
I love that.
Yes, for the ones that don't know, the Remove Complete that Nutritional Frontiers came out with recently is a blend of a vegan complete proteins, and it comes with a shaker, and it comes with the new and improved Lean Greens formula that has the glutathione, right? The imathione is the actual name of the glutathione. So it tastes actually really good. A lot of times you get those greens, and I have a lot of clients that get great products from Whole Foods and health food stores. They don't taste good. They don't mix really good. They're very chalky. This actually tastes I would say like fruit. Kids love
it's good.
It's fantastic. You mix it together. Seriously, it's such a great solution for any busy professional on the go.
Yeah. And I look for compliancy, which I'm sure you do, because, busy lifestyle, for me, it's same thing. And then I had kids. So, we all have we're the moms, we're the wives, we're the business people, and you have to fit it all in. And like you said, stay healthy ourselves. So, and, like shakes and whatnot, I think, unfortunately, the industry ruined the industry on shakes because they positioned them just for weight loss. So people look at a shake system and say, well, I don't need that because I don't want to lose weight. But over here, they may be having hormone instability. And we're like, but you need more protein. You need good fats, and you're not eating enough. And you need these nutrients and these micros and these macros. And you're not eating enough, and you can't possibly eat 4,000 calories a day of organic whole food. So let's use a shake and kind of add in to this lifestyle you're trying to promote, this healthy lifestyle. So it's a different way to position these things. And then, the Power Cleanse and the Lean Greens together, big compliancy. We're not doing Lean Greens one time and Power Cleanse over here. I usually tell people, put your vitamin D in there, put your DMG in there, put your everything. I'm adding Power Fuel to mine now. So I do Lean Greens, I do Power Cleanse, and then a scoop of Power Fuel for that ATP production. Sometimes I'll swap that out and do GI Complete right in there. So it's just like adding fruits into, that shake, just as you would add fruits into a shake anyway. So compliance is big, and we try to have multiple delivery systems so that we get great compliance. And it sounds like that's what's happening at 7.7 Nutrition.
Yes, we love powders, we love liquids. That absolutely helps our clients to stay on track. We also try to get our clients educated and understand why whey protein from over the counter is not always the best choice. Right. So if they want to consume whey protein, we do encourage them to go completely grass-fed. lactose free, which you guys have Best Way that comes in multiple flavors. But we also do encourage people to follow the plant-based lifestyle, and that's where the super shakes and the remove complete shakes come in. I love the remove complete shake, the pineapple and coconut. Again, we joke, we somehow, all of our jokes are surrounded by alcohol intake. So we joke, it tastes like pina colada. So, GI complete.
It does though.
Tequila. So maybe it's something for Jamie to think about. Is there anything we can do for like Cabernet flavor or another?
Right.
Maybe we can do
maybe the reds, maybe the purples or the reds, but a color a day keeps the doctor away, right? Yeah. So in all of those shakes, you can add the pro colors. And that's kind of what I do is I cycle through. So if I'm doing the power cleanse with the lean greens, I might add the pro reds that day, add the GI complete the next day, and so it's not that I'm trying to target anything except good health. And I think that's the whole thing is we wait till we have a disease to target rather than making good health our target.
Yes.
So we really need to do that,
It's funny you're saying that. Actually, when we do the testing for the food inflammation testing, like I mentioned, we do test for a lot of chemicals that can be found in over-the-counter supplementation, pre-workout, things like that. We actually encourage people to stay the heck away from pre-workouts, and we use pro oranges as the actual pre-workout protocol. We mix it with Power Fuel, but typically Pro Orange is kind of like a staple in our office, and it works phenomenal. Yeah. And we feel safe to recommend it to 14 or 15, 16-year-old athletes. We feel safe recommending it to anyone with the blood pressure because, regular pre-workouts will irritate your nervous system, right? And there's just, people get anxiety. There is a lot of really negative side effects you can get. So, Pro Oranges is something we actually somehow discovered, and we said, let's try and use it as a pre-workout. It works fantastic.
It works great as a pre-workout. It also works great rather than all those sports drinks loaded with all those dyes and colors and neurotoxins. So that's what, and you know what? My kids want to be cool. They want to be normal, right? They want to be like the normal, sad American diet, right? So I'll just put the Pro Oranges in the Gatorade bottle and shake it up and hand it to them and be like, there, it's in a Gatorade bottle. And they'll go on be socially accepted in sickness, although inside we're going to thrive. So little mom hacks that we can do. You can also make popsicles out of them. I do that in the summer. So so if people's kids are over here and they're having the popsicles I make, just know they're getting healthy multivitamins and nutrients and phytonutrients. That's what they're getting. They're not getting red dyes. So lots of cool things that we can do, Polina. And I really appreciate you and your team and your support at Nutritional Frontiers and just in health in general, just being a pioneer of that. So can you please tell us how to find you if people want to make an appointment with you? What does that look like?
Absolutely. So like I said, you guys are more than welcome to come in and we will service you in person, or we can work remotely. To check us out, our website is very simple, 77diet.com. So 77diet.com. Just go to that website and you will see under contact us, you'll see all 4 of our locations. You can click on the phone number there and you can call or even send us a text message. So literally, look at me. I have all these phones and it goes directly to my phone. Yes. So if you're in Michigan, in the West Bloomfield area, Novi or Birmingham area, we will be very glad to see you in person. If you're in Tampa Bay area in Florida, same thing. If you live out of state or out of our vicinity, no worries. Text us or call us and we'll schedule a Zoom meeting.
Great. Well, thank you so much for this information. I love your approach. And thank you again for all you do. Guys, get in touch with Polina and her whole team at 7.7 Nutrition. I put the website in the chat. Go ahead and click on it and go check out all the great programs they have there. So thanks, Polina.
Thank you, Tracy. Love you guys.
We love you too. All right. Stay tuned for our next presenter coming up.